right, so in we go to the Bay Area Fremont Card Show, hosted by The Collected. Great guy running this show. Talked to him for a little bit. Look at the size of this show. This is the third show they've put on, but it is quite big and very diverse in the offerings. First table I hit, went over and saw all these tobacco cards. So as we move down the cases, you'll see we go from the T206s over to a bunch of T207s, and then it gets newer and newer the further down we go. This particular dealer had a lot of really high-end stuff. So prices were pretty spot on recent comps online. You can see all those Mays and Aarons and Mantle up there. Somebody was looking for that card, so I helped point it out to them. And then way at the end, he had some football stuff. Really like that Larry Zonka rookie there. Those Nolan Ryan's caught my eye. This was his SGC case. Johnny Bench cards. Really undervalued guy, Johnny Bench. And then he had a couple of piles of raw stuff, so I asked if I could go through those. Really high quality raw stuff. You'll see as we go through here, the condition is really nice on all of it. And he's asking a fair amount, knowing that they're all gradable. Now this Gaylord Perry really caught my eye. I really liked the look of this card. Recently featured him in some of the more undervalued rookie cards and players. Cool looking Yastrzemski there. But you'll see his prices are high for raw, but that's because they're really high end. These are all very gradable cards. In fact, not really sure why he didn't grade them yet.
Better, I'm gonna have a fire
early
sale.
Gaylord Perry. You'll always see it. Bay Area shows lots of McCoveys, lots of Mays, and then a few 59 footballs at the end of the pile. So that set was, or that pile was 59s and 60s. So then I took a look at the 1970s pile. A lot of people prefer raw stuff, so this is the kind of pile you look for. This is really nice stuff in here. Most of these cards in here are Hall of Famers. A couple non-Hall of Famers or borderline Hall of Famers, but again, really nice cards. Now we're into the 70s, obviously. I've always liked that Clemente card. Never really understood this. When the guy would be traded, so they'd throw that traded stamp on there. They did that for a couple of years. Topps did. These minis, 75 minis, were really, really nice. Those borders can be tough, but all of those were pristine. And then in the very back, there were a couple cards from the 80s. That's a really good price on that Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, $25-30. That was a gradable card. That's probably a 7 at least, I would think. Actually thought about it for a minute because it's such a fair price on that Chamberlain. But he didn't have very many basketball. That was about it. Card Games was there. You can see a pretty beat up 52 Mantle. It's always cool to see one.
was worth the risk. I was like, I'll send 2 in.
We started going through this value box of some more vintage football. This Ditka, this is a 1966 Mike Ditka. Now, a lot of us know him as a coach, but he was a Hall of Fame player too. He was really, really nice. Pretty good centering, super sharp corners. There was a lot of good stuff in these value boxes here, so I pulled that one aside. The Jack Kemp caught my eye too. And then you have some minor star rookies. I've always wanted an Eric Dickerson rookie. I've never had one. It's Frank Gifford, 57 Gifford. It was pretty nice, and the price he had on it was $25, which was probably fair. I have those 2 Blandas, so I didn't need those. This caught my eye too. This is Bobby Lane, another 57. It was only $10. That seemed a little low for the condition it was in. So I gave that one a thought, but kept on moving through the stack. It's a second-year Montana, and then a third-year Montana. Another Dickerson was in there. This is a 56 Frank Gifford. Pretty good shape. He was asking 25 or 30, I can't remember. And then I saw this third-year Gale Sayers. This is a 1968 Gale Sayers. I collect Gale Sayers in my PC, and I didn't have this one. I have a rookie. I have a 67. I have a 69 and 70. I didn't have a 68, so I pulled that one aside. Tony Dorsett rookie. Again, Bay Area show, you'll see a lot of 49er cards. There's a bunch of, 85s, 84s. Some 86. So I wanted to give one more look through, see if I missed anything I had a second thought on. Again, looked at that Dickerson. Again, I think he was asking $10 on the Dickerson. And they were nice. They weren't super sharp, but they were nice. And give this Sayers one more look over. He's asking 25 for this one. Again, third-year Gale Sayers, 25, and it's super sharp. And then this is a 66 Dicka's rookie, I believe, a 62. So he's asking 45.
It's a Genesis.
Who could you do on those two?
Let me double.
You do 35 on it?
Why would you trade? This is his highest point right now. Luke is at his highest point. You're trading. Just in LeBron is interesting. What else you got?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, cool. So first deal of the day is asking 45 for those two cards. Got them for 35. I thought that was a pretty good deal. Never like it when a dealer pulls out their phone because I think they're checking comps. He was actually checking his calculator to see what kind of percentage deal was coming off his price.
Yeah.
So again, here is the 68 Gale Sayers, really sharp card. I mean, centering side to side's, not ideal, but the corners are really, really nice. This is his third-year card. So, again, the asking was 25. I mean, they go for, 25 to a lot more. And then this Ditka, the asking price was 20. And look at that thing. It's so nice. Really seems like it's a gradable card. Same year as a Butkus rookie and a Sayers rookie. And it sells for $30, 27, 28 bucks. So I thought I got a pretty good deal there. Not a ton of vintage at this show. Some modern. This guy has some high-end stuff. These are 8s and 9s. We'll see in a second. I think he had a 53 Satchel Paige and an 8. I mean, that is insane. All of these.
You've been doing this for 30 years. 40 years.
Got 44. Alcindor rookies, Maravich rookie.
I gotta put just a bit on my beard now.
All really high-end stuff at this table. Out of my price range, unfortunately. And he has some new stuff that was nice too. I mean, you see the Brady's in there, some Griffies. You see those Yankees across the top there, 59s, 57s. Winfield rookie. Really good stuff. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I really hope that you do. Try to put together really good content for everyone.
Can I take a look at this Ted Williams right here?
So I went back over to that table where I looked through the stacks earlier. And I've always loved the 56 Ted Williams. I'm a big Ted Williams guy. And this is my favorite card of his. I've never owned it. The grade is a 3.5 and he's asking 300.
Still looking?
I think it's a fair price, especially because I really do think this card's undergraded. It is the highest end 3.5 I've ever seen. I don't know how this is only a 3.5. There's no wrinkles or anything in it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to think on it. I like it, but
It's a nice one.
yeah, it's a little high, I think. But I don't know how much room he's got.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt to offer.
That's true.
The worst you can say is no.
That's true.
Well,
Do you have
what
much
are you
room
looking
in that, Ted Williams?
What were you thinking?
Well, it's hard because it's a half grade.
Yeah.
I mean, I see.
I say look at a 4 and see if a 4 looks nicer, right? You can look at a 4 and see, because it is clearly undergraded. I mean, to the naked eye, it just looks a little off center, right?
Yeah. It's just 3s. I mean, sometimes 4s even sell for. I mean, you could comp it, but
Yeah. I'll take a look really quick. I mean, I don't know what you're doing.
look up a 3 and look up a 4.
Yeah. So I use this for a price guide.
Okay.
So let's see, what's that? 56?
So he got his price guide out and was looking up comps. And as you'll hear, the price is fair. And it is clearly undergraded.
So they've got a 3 at an average of 250, a 4 at an average of 350, and a 3.5 at 3. That's what they got it at.
Yeah.
So that's average. So you need to
How
look
long
at
of a period is that over?
So they'll usually look.
I mean, look there. There's like a spike right here because I see 3s usually selling like 240, 250.
It's December. So in December, and it might be eye appeal too. Like you usually look at the card.
Sure.
Like it might be a little rougher. That's not a bad looking card. And then like one might be really, really well centered. That one's actually more off center than the other one.
The 7 cards, is that okay?
But usually, because there's no auction fees,
Yeah.
then usually people are a little under.
It's not really doing
And the same time, there's
really
no
not doing
taxes
breaks on these right now.
and shipping.
Right.
So it's the
Like
same
the lowest
it
break
goes
is
both
about
ways. So,
300.
I mean, I'm negotiable. I just went literally with the last comp was for a 3.5. I put it
You
in
get 300 of
So I did
dollar
like the last
cards.
comp.
You get a break at
No, when that comp was, let me
A
just
lot of
look.
pretty more money, so I guess I can.
That is February 21.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's the one that sold.
I guess I'll get back this contact.
That one sold for 300.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
That's the last comp.
And how long ago was that?
That's a year ago.
So I mean,
Yeah.
things have changed.
But then, like I said, you look at, it truly it is undergraded. At the end of the day, it's all opinion. So yeah.
Sure.
I still haven't heard a number from you, so that's what I'm saying.
No, I understand, and I haven't heard any movement from you either. So,
Well, you said, can I do better? And I said, where do you want to be?
Let me look at some of your other stuff because there's a couple other things that I have a little interest in, and then maybe we'll see if we can work something out. I looked through these piles earlier, but can I take a look through those again?
Sure.
And
I was trying to do some sort of bundle,
okay,
and that's the card that I kept coming back to. I really like the eye appeal of it. Both these cards would be PC cards for me. So the grade really doesn't matter to me if it's going into my personal collection. Being raw is fine with me when they parry.
The edge. It, like I said, it's all opinion. This is a 5.
sure.
So I'm not.
But it might have a cleaner surface. It might not have any printer marks.
This could be a rookie grade. This should be a 5. This could be a rookie grade with a gave it a 3.5. Like I said, I don't so much look at this.
If I was you and you thought it was a 5, what I would say is resubmit it.
Resubmit it, yeah.
That's what I would do.
But I'm not charging. Like I said, I'm not charging high prices. So I look at the card more than the grade, because as you know, all PSA 3s, PSA 4s, PSA 5s aren't created equal.
I totally get it. I've submitted a lot of stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've not heard any movement from you. I'm afraid to go with you at my top dollar because then I'm afraid you won't like
I'm
it.
thinking like 280. So that's what I'm saying. So if you can't do it, I go on to the next.
280 is your absolute best price?
Absolute best price.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm going to hold off, but I haven't completely given up hope on you coming down a little more for me, but I'll come around.
So I took a walk, thought about it, went over and saw my buddy over here.
Visit your LCS. Like, comment, subscribe.
Card Professor. Follow him on Instagram if you don't. He's a great guy. A lot of the Bay Area shows, and always high energy, happy guy. Always look forward to seeing him out at the Bay Area shows.
Could I take a look at a few of those 53 Topps cards?
Yeah.
How about, if I could just look at all of them, that'd be cool.
So I went over and looked at this guy. He had a whole bunch of 53 Topps, but most of his cases were all new. It's like he bought a collection of these 53 Topps. So I wanted to take a look at them, see the condition a little bit better. And, some of them were fairly creased up. Like this Rizzuto had several creases in it. He's only asking 40. The price is a little too high to try to even negotiate on these because in the raw condition that they're in, that Monty Irvin, you could probably buy a similar one raw online for $50. He's pretty high, so I didn't even make an offer. There were several I was interested in. I really liked the Monty Irvin. I liked the Rizzuto. I like this Eddie Matthews. There's a couple more. There's a Bob Feller coming up I liked. But the prices compared to similar condition raw online, it just didn't make sense to even try to make a deal. Campanella had several creases too. That one was pretty rough. It was only 80, but the whole time I'm really just thinking about that Ted Williams that I want. And again, I think 30 was a fair price on that, or 300 was a fair price on that Williams. He went down to 280, so I headed back.
All right, let me take one more look at it.
Sure. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is my best. So yeah.
280 is your best.
It's my best. Yeah. I would take that over most 4s and C5s. Yeah, just a nice card. Yeah.
I'll take that one.
It really is graded like a. It really is like a 5.
So much, man.
And a 3.5
Where
holder
were
at a
you?
3.5
You were at
price.
60 on the Perry.
Yeah. I tell you what, to make it work, I'll do $50 for the Perry if you buy that for 280.
So 330 for both.
330 for both. That's my.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Appreciate
You got
it.
it, man. You're welcome.
So I bought the Gaylord Perry rookie raw
Right in the beginning.
and the Ted Williams for 330. And both these are going into my PC. Love both of them a lot.
I want to double check it, but that should be 330.
Yep, we're set, man.
All
Thank
right,
you.
appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. There's very few cards I'm hard on, but like I said, like little roughs, but that's.
I hear you.
It's just like so.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Super excited to pick this card up. Been a Ted Williams fan since 6th grade and just picked up my favorite one of his cards.
So take a closer look at this. Is a 62 Gaylord Perry rookie. Centering side to side is pretty good. Corners are super nice on this brutal border that chips so easily. I mean, it's a really nice card. And again, for me, it's going in my PC. I'm not going to grade this. I'm just going to put it straight into my collection. Now, similar ones sell for, 50 to 65 raw. I tried to find pretty similar comps, and then here's the Ted Williams again. I don't understand the 3.5 grade. I looked it over really good, and I think when he's trying to sell me on that it's a 5, it looks like a 5. I mean, I agree with him, and the price he's selling it to me at was a 3.5 price. I mean, these are what some 3s sold for in the gray back. 300, 295, 260. So again, the Collected put on a great show. Highly recommend it to anyone in the Bay Area. Lots of new stuff, some vintage, a little bit of Pokemon too. Check it out next time they host one. As always, thanks for watching. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I hope that you'll consider doing so.